And good morning and grand rising, everyone. So I'm Nijah. I think I know everyone that is here with us, or most folks that are here with us today. I'm Nijah Wilson. I am a member of Wu Nation, and I have facilitated a number of times. And I'm back today. I'm back with a friend and a fellow poet, Chioma Sheri. And we wanted to bring a workshop that we have done outside of Woo to the community. But before we get started, I wanted us to just take a couple of minutes to get grounded in this space. So I'm going to invite everyone to, if you want to stay on camera, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to obviously turn your camera off, we're good with that too. But I wanted to invite everybody to just find stillness. And if it's safe where you are and it feels good, just go ahead and close your eyes. And we're just going to take some collective breaths. And while we are breathing, I want to bring your attention to what is blooming in your life. So just think about what might be blooming in your life. Maybe that is your family. Maybe it's your finances, your career. Maybe your sense of activism is blooming. Maybe you're blooming in the area of creativity. Consider what is blooming right now, today in your life. And consider that you have the right to bloom. As you consider what's blooming, think about when things bloom, or people bloom, or situations bloom. Think about how that bloom transforms and heals. Consider how it might brighten the atmosphere. It might offer scent to the air or elevate a mood, your mood, the moods of others. Just consider what blooming means for you and how it is working in your life. Think about the fact that each of us right now is blooming in one area or another, and ask yourself, where are you blooming? Just take one more minute to quietly reflect and consider where you are blooming, what it means, and what's next. And when you're ready, you can come back to the space. You can open your eyes and see all the folks that are here in the room with us. And so, before I kick it over to Shiomi, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about how we came up with the right to bloom. We met many, many years ago, and we talked about hosting a poetry workshop together. And we decided that we were going to do it in April. And we decided that, oh, April is poetry month, and it's also the time, the season when things typically bloom, right? Um, and then as we were planning it, we started thinking about the climate that we were in, the climate in the country, and the fact that there's a lot going on for people. And we know I believe Audre Lorde is the one that tells us I'm sorry, tells us that healing takes place in community. So we wanted to offer a space to folks to achieve healing, to arrive at healing, whatever that means, and to do it through the use of poetry because we're poets. So that's how this got started. We've done one workshop already. Um, the blooming theme was perfect for spring, and that's when the first workshop kicked off. And it seemed like an appropriate theme, and it was. But then over time, we just kept getting messages that blooming does not just mean that things come to life in the spring, that things bloom all the time. So we decided for now, we're just going to continue with this theme of blooming. So here we are. It's almost summer, but we're still blooming. And we invite you to bloom with us as we move forward and continue to offer the Right to Bloom workshops. So, Chioma, come on in and share what you have.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Chioma Sheri. Nijah did a great introduction to everything. I'm just very excited to be here with you all. This is like my first time in the Woo community, and like I've already been feeling y'all energy and spirit. So, yeah, I'm just excited to be here with y'all. And we're gonna just get right in. We're gonna get right in. Before we get in, I just kind of like want to share some norms. So Brother Kamal, you can bring up that first slide. All right, so just some community guidelines. This is what we share in our workshops. One is to take care of yourself. So do whatever you need to do. If you need to drink some water, if you need to run a bathroom, do what you need to do. And then the second one is to take care of each other because this is a shared space. So we're going to be sharing some things. So just, show love and respect to each other. To explore, you might be doing something you never tried before. So just like lean in and have fun. And the second is to make space and take space. So make space is to like sometimes there's some folks who share a lot and maybe you need to like step back once to let somebody else share or take space. Maybe you don't share often and maybe this is your opportunity to like actually take up space. So those are our community guidelines. And before we get into the first exercise, I want to kind of like go back to the meditation that Nijah had us in. So she had us think about what is blooming in our life and what does blooming mean to us. So I was curious to know if anyone is open and interested in sharing what came up for them in that and what that means to them. And you can either share via chat or you can come off mic and share as well.
As everybody's kind of marinating on that, I will yeah. Uh, that what's blooming for me is this idea of just being unconditional in um, my experience with joy, or sometimes conditions help force us to think that there's a certain kind of a response that needs to. Just being mindful that I have a choice in any condition that's presented to me, and that my choices, my ability to be able to summon something, body something in me that may counter what the condition may be. So you get news, you get information, you present it with certain things, and it's really being aware of myself that I have a choice how I want to engage. I'm complete.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Um,
And I see a hand that's raised. So
yes.
Lawanda Banks.
Hello, good morning.
Greetings.
I'm here today. Um, Blooming to me is just like saying it's like a happiness feeling, a growth concept. When things are going good and you're seeing product actually taking like what you're working on is actually growing and developing. It could be a thought, it could be something in your life that you're working on that's actually becoming successful. So I think to me that's like when things are blooming, you see it's bright, it's almost like a flower, it's colorful, it's growth, but it's that type of feeling in there with the blooming. It's not only feeling, but it's actually evidence of something happening in a positive direction.
Yeah, that's good. I love that you said like evidence. Because I was just
Yeah.
thinking about kind of like growth, because sometimes growth happens and it's not so noticeable to like the outside world, but
Mhm.
you know it and you feel it. Kind of like a seed when it's growing. Before you see the sprout, like it's growth growth is happening. So when you said like evident, I'm like, yeah, it's like that's they see you.
Right,
Very
right.
evident.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, is there anyone else that would like to share?
I see in the chat that Sister Rachel shared, she said, blooming for me is when you have been nurtured or nurtured, having growth, have yourself growth follows. You been nurtured or nurture yourself, growth follows. Um, that, that, growth follows. I'll read that one more time for clarity. Blooming for me is when you have been nurtured, nurture yourself, growth follows.
Yeah, yeah. Thank y'all. Is there anyone else before we move to the next exercise? All right. Okay. We can move right into the next exercise.
All
So,
right.
yes, thank you so much. All right, y'all. So, for this first exercise, we are going to do some haikus. Now, by a show of like hands, so you could just put your hands up. How many of y'all have done a haiku before? By show of hands. Okay, so we might have a lot of new haikuers in the space. I love it. I love it. Okay, so okay, I see one thumbs up, Veronica. Okay. All right. So a haiku, just a little bit of haiku. So a haiku is a short form poem and originated in Japan, and it is a 3-line poem with a total of 17 syllables written in a 5-7-5 syllable count. So that means the first line is 5, the second line is 7 syllables, and then the last line is 5 syllables. And now we have some examples from ourselves. Nijah, would you like to read your example first?
Sure. All right. So thank you, Mother Earth, for holding us up in grace in our carelessness.
Thank you. And my haiku example is we heal untethered and tethered, holding on and letting go, we heal. And so that's 5-7-5. Um, Now we can move on to our next slide because we're going to take some time to make some haikus ourselves. All right. So here we have about like we have 2 questions and a prompt to sort of guide you through making a haiku. So I'm going to read them off to you first. So we have what part of you is ready to bloom? And then we have, is this your season to plant or bloom? And this is from Wu, where we choose to awaken, transform, evolve. So, With those three, you can pull from whichever one you want to use. You can work with all of them. We're going to take some time to try and craft our own haikus, and we're going to give about 7 minutes to do this. Before we start, just remember again, and maybe I can drop in the chat that it's 3 lines, 5 for the first line, 7 for the second, and then 5 for the last. And we'll leave this slide up so that y'all can look at these sort of prompts as inspiration as you write. Um, and Brother Kamal, you can probably start the 7 minutes right now.
7 minutes has started.
Thank you.
Gymtech is the exclusive authorized
I put the slides back up. I was trying to play the music too. Okay, we have 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm wrapping up. About 40 seconds. All right, Woo Writers, it is time. It's done. 7 minutes.
All right, y'all. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Before we jump right into sharing, I already see some wonderful stuff in the chat. I'm like, oh. Um, I want to know, how was that? Does anyone want to share how that was? And you can either come off mic or jot that down in the chat. I can say for me, it was a little tough. It was a little tough for me. It was a little tough for me, but I was able to get something. So yeah, I'm curious if anyone else has any any thoughts. Anybody's hands up. Okay. All right. It was tough until I thought about my process. Rachel said it was tough until I thought about my process. I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to know the process. If you open to share that, I would love to hear that. If you're open to share what that process is like.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, blessings. When I heard like the three questions, I first screenshotted it so I can see it and keep like embody what I wanted to capture for myself. And when I think about blooming, I think about sometimes we don't see the fruits of our labor. So we may, like you said before, we may not look like we're blooming, right? So I continue to be watered and water myself, right? Because growth happens sometimes out of nowhere, right? You might feel like you're not seeing it, and then all of a sudden you see something sprouting and you're like, wait a second, hold on. This is because I continue to do the work.
Yeah.
So that's where I am in my process. So I had to think about all those things and how I show up and how I'm going to show up unapologetically, sharing my gifts, my talents, right? And it's my season to blossom, but not forget that in order to continue to blossom, you could blossom a sprout, right? that doesn't mean we're fully grown. And I don't think we're ever fully grown because your tree is huge and it has major roots. So I'm going to always continue to water myself, continue to be watered while planting seeds. And I am complete.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And I love how you said that, that we might blossom and sprout, but that's not the end. Like we're gonna continue growing. So I really love that. Does anyone want to share or read out the piece that they wrote? I see that some people did haikus and I think some people didn't, which is okay. But please, if anyone wants to come off mic and share, they can. And if not, I can read some of the things that we have in the chat.
So, people might want to continue to refine
Yeah,
their chat.
yeah.
So, did you want to read, Sister Chioma, or because you have the poetic voice?
You're funny. Oh, I see a hand. So I see
All right.
I'm gonna let Case Sweetness go first, and then I'll continue. I'll read some of the ones that are in the chat. Go ahead, Case Sweetness.
It's my heart, the lower and upper ventricle. It's our atrium in unison.
Mm, beautiful. Can you do that one more time?
For free?
Oh, stop. It was so good. Can you do it one more time? You said it was my, oh God, I felt that. That first line. Ooh.
It's the recording. Check the
You said
record.
you right, period.
You know I'm teasing. You know I'm teasing. It's my heart, the lower and upper ventricle. It's our atrium in unison.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
what came up for me um, in this morning. So my heart is blooming
Mm,
and love is in the air and love is in my heart. And that's what I'm learning now in this season of um, indifference. In this season of indifference, I'm learning that love abounds the more. And then you said something I think earlier about darkness, or maybe that was in my dream. However, light dissipates
yeah.
and the darkness. So, but then is the darkness necessary sometimes? So, yeah, I'm awake now. You don't woke me up. When I made my juice, I did. I made some green apple juice and celery and cucumber and ginger. So I'm popping down. So somebody better get on here. I'm probably not going to shut up. No, because it's coming to a connection. Let me say this in sincerity. And a lot of the people that's on see, that's the word a lot. That's my assumption. There are some people on the platform who knows my style. And so I feel it internally. So last week I had two people who made the transition that were part of my life, part of why I am who I am. And so people were not reaching out to them. And so just this morning, you guys directed me to my heart, and it's okay. God had been telling me, it's okay. And so I'm asking myself now, not always, I'm asking myself now, is it for me to say? Is it necessary? Is it uplifting? And do I need to say it now? Because I wanna whip your behind about not taking care of the people because they're in New York and I'm in Georgia and I made a call and his mother died and he worrying about eating. Nobody's bringing you food. So, that annoyed me. And then the same thing with the other family is that it's love. So that's what I'm blooming. I'm perfecting the love that I give, opposed to, thank you, Spirit, judging and judging other people's way. Right. So if I wasn't looking at their I'm calling it deficiency of serving the community. So I'm perfecting the love that I give. So thank you for this opportunity for me to recognize that my heart is in bloom. It is in bloom. And I have you see my wake up shirt? Have my wake up shirt today, everybody's shirt. And I hope that I have time. Well, I hope there is time later on that I can read a piece of my poetry. I am a published author.
Come on.
So I have bragging rights. And that later on maybe would there be time for me to read a 2-minute piece. It's called Wake Up People that I wrote about maybe about 9 years ago. So thank you, beautiful, beloved women. I love to see, I love to see beautiful, smart women. I do,
Thank you so
do I
much.
do. I say, and with that, I'm complete.
Thank you so much. I am going to read some of the things that we have in the chat really quickly, and then we gonna move on to the next thing. So from LaWanda Banks, I was like, oh snaps, haiku. We got this is my season to bloom, to shine, and to grow upwards to the sun. Come on. Okay. And now we have a piece from Rachel. This is my season. I'm ready to bloom in every area of my life. I choose to show up fully, unapologetically as myself, sharing my gifts and talents with the world. This is my time to blossom, even as I continue planting seeds so that growth never stops and purpose keeps unfolding. I awaken my confidence. I embrace the strength I've cultivated. I honor how far I've come without shame, without guilt. I do not see my past as a place of failure, but as soil that taught me how to rise. I have not abandoned my old gifts. I have not abandoned my old life. I've simply outgrown what could no longer hold me. And so I continue to water myself, get water, and plant seeds. Beautiful. And Laura Clark says, "'Tis the season for my voice and intuitiveness to bloom, as the veils of shame, regrets evaporates." And now Robin shared, "Joy comes in the morning. Joy is a state of being within. Tap into the unexpressed joy." Thank you. And I do see Lawanda's hand, so I just want to acknowledge you.
Yes, the haikus are by far the most difficult poems for me to write as I teach English and stuff too. But I sat down today and I really thought about the process of writing this haiku, counting in my syllables and everything. And I'm like, what is the main point that I'm trying to drive here? What is the whole concept of blooming? Where do they want to go? Things
Mm,
that bloom. We're all going upward. So I'm thinking we go towards the sun where there's more energy, where there's more life. So when you think of bloom, you think of life too. So I had to tie it in really tight, counting my syllables on my fingers. Like, no, that wouldn't work either. Like in here dying. But thanks for the opportunity for me to get creative this morning.
Thank you. I just love your process. I'm like, wow, I need to tap into that. So kudos to you. Thank y'all so much for participating in this and just like giving y'all hearts and creativity. So thank you so much. And now I'm gonna hand it over to Nijah.
So before we move on, first, Lawanza, thank you for saying how hard it is to count the syllables, right? Because I'm over here on my fingers, like da 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 da, trying really hard to stay with the format of 575. And before we go to the next exercise, I just wanted to check in with our admins, Kaisha and Kamal, and see if y'all had an opportunity to write, and if there's something that you wrote that you'd like to share. As an admin, I know that sometimes you want to participate in the session, but you're working, so you don't really get a chance. But I wanted to make space for y'all if you did.
Thank you for making the space. But I wasn't able to engage with this time. But I'm gonna watch the replay.
Okay. All right.
Writing a few of the concepts down, so I might add it to the Facebook.
Yay, yes.
during the replay.
Yeah, and that's a great point because we do have the Facebook. So community, if y'all wrote something that you want to share, drop it in the Facebook so we can all see it. I know I wrote like 6 in that time, counting on my fingers. But some
I'm
of them I'll have to go back to and make some changes, you
I'm
know.
blown away. I'm blown away. I don't know how you do
It's
it.
hard, but you know, it's a fun exercise because you have that structure. Yeah, and I'm trying to stay within it. But let's move on to the two piece. It's 7:43. The two piece is a longer exercise. I think it's a juicier exercise. It's my new favorite type of poem. And I first experienced it at a workshop that Chioma did. I think it was last year or maybe the year before.
Like a couple years
And
ago.
so, oh, and so briefly, the two piece is a poem. We named it the two piece, actually. It's a poem or writing exercise where there will be two pieces when we're finished. So we will start with writing for a period of about 8 minutes from a prompt. We have 3 prompts that we'll share with you, and you'll go off or you'll, here in this space, you'll write for a period of 8 minutes from either of those 3 prompts. When you are done, we are going to have a little bit of a break. We'll talk a little bit. And then when we come back, you'll be given a line, and that will be your new prompts to write from. And then we will put the two pieces together, and that's why we call it the two piece. So in this poem, in this exercise, always what winds up being created is magic. 2 different people will write from 2 different prompts. We will put them together, and it will, to me, each time that I've done it, it seems as if we created it together, knowing what the other wrote, but we don't. So let's move to the next slide. We're going to share the 3 prompts that we have for you. They are from 3 different writers, 3 different poets. The first one, in nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. Alice Walker. Number 2, freeing yourself was one thing. Claiming ownership of that freed self was another. Toni Morrison. And then number 3 is from Octavia Butler. All that you touch, you change. All that you change changes you. The only lasting truth is change. And so again, we're going to write for 8 minutes. Kamal will keep time for us. He'll let us know when to start. You can write from either of the 3 prompts. You can write in whatever format of a poem that feels good for you. And then when you're done, we'll pause briefly before we move on to the second parts. Does anybody have any questions before we start? All right.
Is it like is it the free verse type poem, or is it a rhyming poem, or any type of poem?
It's whatever you want it to be. So your poem can rhyme, it cannot rhyme, it can free flow. You can do a haiku or any other format of a poem that you know and like. It's whatever you want to do for the next 8 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Rachel, I see your hand.
Yes. Is it possible to put exercise 1, 2, and 3 in the chat? Because I want to grab
Sure.
something. Thank you.
Sure, we can do that. Anyone else before we start? not hearing or seeing anyone further come out, please let us know when to start.
So we're doing 8 minutes, right?
Yes, please.
We begin now. 3 minutes, Wu family. 3 minutes. Okay, we're at time. We're at the time.
All right. Thank you. How y'all doing out there?
Doing good.
Everybody's doing all right? Did everybody, I see your hand, Luanza, just a moment. Has everybody written something? The the next part of this exercise, the part two of the two-piece requires participation, requires your consents. So we first need to check and see that everybody has written something, and then see who is willing to participate in the part two, because we will need the last line of what you have created. So if you have written, if you've created something and you're willing, we're going to ask that you send the last line of what you have created to Kamal. Don't send it to everyone in the chat. Just send it to Kamal in the chat. So you're going to private message him and only him the last line of your poem. And so, as an example, I used this earlier today in our pre-brief session. For example, the last line of my poem may be, rainbows were in her eyes. That was the last line that I wrote. So that is what I am going to send in a private message to Brother Kamal.
And can I also know, like, if you ended on like a sort of unfinished line, that is okay too. It can be like, and the dogs went, and you like, you didn't finish. You could send that as well.
Thank you for that. Absolutely. So just so that we have an idea, um, by a show of hands, your electronic hands, can you raise your hand if you will be sending your last line? So we have 6. I'm going to raise my hand. Lawanda, you say you have trouble sending privately. Okay, give us one moment. Give us one
Yes,
moment.
I'm going to chime in. So Zoom updated how we are able to send
Yes.
direct messages. So at the top, this is for anyone who doesn't know, at the top of the chat, you will see like a blue box with a pin inside of a box. If you click on that blue box, you can either start a new like private chat with the person's name or go back to the main chat. I think this just happened a day or two now.
Okay. And then if that doesn't work for anyone, just let us know. And we'll see if there's a different solution. So while folks are doing that, it is 1 minute to 8. And Chioma and I want to thank those of you that have come and joined us but have to leave. You have access to the recording. Chioma, do you want to say anything to the folks?
I just want to say thank you for everyone who is here. And if you have to head out, I just appreciate you for even being here for the time you've been and what you contributed. So yeah, that's all I had to mention.
Yeah, thank you. And continue to write, This is meant to give you something to continue with after this session. Very often when you do a writing workshop or a poetry workshop, you leave with pieces that are yet to be finished. So we encourage you to keep writing. Let me check my chat. I got a message that I got a private message. And I can also share. So those hands that are raised, were you all successful in sending your last line?
Yes.
Was anyone unsuccessful? Lawanda, are you still having trouble?
I was able to send it, I think.
Okay. Kamal, you can let us know if you received Lawanda's.
Let me just double check.
Sure. And for those that have raised their hands and you were successful in sending your last line, go ahead and take your hand down just so that we know what we're working with. Thank you, Veronica and Robin. Thank you, Kate, Sweetness, and Lawanda. Was there anyone else?
Yeah, I didn't receive Lawanda's.
You did not.
Yeah,
Lawanda,
send it directly to you. I think she accidentally sent it to me, so I feel like she might be able to send
I
it.
was looking at the wrong spelling. My bad. I'm
Okay,
so sorry. I messed up the spelling of the name of the person.
you're fine. You're fine. Rachel, are you okay? Have you been able to send
Oh
yours?
yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, so go ahead and lower your hand. Um, so Kamal, you have those. Are you okay?
Yeah, so I have Hey Sweetness, Robin, Veronica, Jay, I think Papa Jay, but he might have left, and Rachel. So I have,
Okay. And I sent you one as well. Chioma, did you want to send yours?
I was curious if I needed to, but if Kamal, if somebody has left and like you need to send somebody else's quote somewhere, you can send it to me. Um,
Great, thank you. So while
so
Kamal,
yeah, I'm gonna start to
yep,
make the matches. Okay.
all right, thank you. And while he does that, so what he's going to do in the background is he now has the last line of everybody's poem, and he's going to take those last lines and assign them to someone else. So, for example, Lawanda, he's going to send your last line to me. And once everybody has received a last line, everyone that provided a last line, if once everyone has received a last line of someone else's poem, we're going to write from that. That will be the prompt that we write from for the next 8 minutes. So, Lawanda, I will get, for example, it might not be yours, it might be someone else's. I will get your last line, Lawanda. And if your last line was midnight comes very, very quickly, that is what I will write from for 8 minutes. And then at the end of the 8 minutes, Lawanda, you will read your poem. And when you get to your last line, midnight comes very, very quickly. After you have said that, then I will pick up from there and I will complete your poem, making it a two-piece. It starts with what you've written, and then I will pick it up almost like a relay race, if you will. I will pick it up from the last line that you provided, and I will continue your poem. All right? So we're going to give Kamau another minute or two. And in this minute or two, we just want to check in with y'all, see how it felt to write from the prompt that we provided for the last 8 minutes. Was it difficult to write from that prompt? Did it flow, effortlessly, or did you have to think about it? If there's one or two folks that want to share how it felt for them, um, then yeah, let's do that. Let's hear from you all before we move on to the second part. So,
everybody's jumping in.
right, no one's jumping in. So, Robin, Robin, how was that?
I raise my hand. Um, I give thanks for the opportunity to write. Um, it's how was it? It was I don't want to say good or bad. It felt aligned with where I need to be.
Good, good.
And thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited to hear what you wrote.
Yeah, thanks.
I see Rachel's hand.
Yeah, I think for me, this is such a great. First of all, this is a great workshop. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's very innovative. Um, so for me, I think when I write, I always go into a place of reflection, growth, and also accountability. So it just puts me in a good space, and I'm complete.
Thank you, Rachel.
Well, I believe that I sent everyone direct chat. So if everybody can confirm that is participating, they receive.
So everyone go ahead and check the chat. Check to see if you received a message from Kamal.
I didn't.
You didn't. That
Who's
was
that?
Robin. Was that Robin?
Yes, that's Robin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Sending it now.
I did.
Okay.
I got mine too.
All right.
I got mine, but I also need clarification now that I've gotten it, please.
Okay, sure, sure. So before we move there, is there anybody else that has not received a line? Anybody that provided a line that did not receive a line? All right, so Ia Robin is going to get her line momentarily if she hasn't already. And so what we're going to do now is you received a line from Kamal. This is your prompt. This is where you are going to write from. So if the line you received was Mickey Mouse is a liar, that is where you're going to start. You're going to take it from there and you're going to go wherever you go with it. You could stay with the theme of blooming, but if you want to explore how Mickey Mouse is a whole liar and how we need to put him under the jail, then go there. Go wherever you want to go with the line that you received. Rachel, I see your hand.
Yeah, so we're writing based off of what we received.
Yep,
Got it. Thank you.
you're welcome. So we're
How
going to
long,
go ahead.
how long do we have? I'm sorry.
We're going to give everybody 8 minutes. Kamau is going to let us know when we start and write from that prompt for 8 minutes.
I have two now. Come on, thank you. But which one is the one that? Which one is the?
Take the one that you like.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, so we're ready. We're all ready. 8 minutes start. Here we go.
I came on late, so I don't have a prompt.
I'll send. Who's that?
Theodora.
I'll send it now. we have 2 minutes left. About 30 seconds left. All right, that is time.
All right. That's it. We are ready. Is everybody done? Pens down? I feel like the test proctor. Pens down. All right. It's 8:18. I would love for us all to just hear the two pieces. So typically we end at 8:30. I would just ask for 10 minutes if we need it to go to 8:40. And if we could just hear the two piece. So Kamal, can you put the pairs in the chat? And I'd like to ask if folks can, no commentary. If you offered a line, we'll get the pair. So Robin, maybe I had your last line. If we are a pair, you're going to read what you created. I'm going to pick it up at your last line. I'm going to complete it. And then we're going to move to the next pair. Ideally, we would pause and we would, like marinate because it's going to be magical. So drop that in the chat just in the interest of time. Drop your snaps in the chat, all of that. But we want to hear every pair if we can. So Kamal, can you share the pairs, and we'll
Or
go in the order that you share.
yeah, I was gonna suggest, and this is open, like if it's easier, Kamal, you can also say the pairs if that's easier. I think that could be an option.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Oh, I was saying if it's easier for Kamal to like speak out the pairs, like
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you. That would be easier option.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Nijah and A Sweetness,
Okay.
Yeah, Robin and Veronica, Jay and Rachel, Laura and Theodora, and Diamo, and Sharp.
Okay. All right. So we'll do the first pair and then maybe you repeat the second pair. I don't know if anyone else was capturing it. I wasn't. So let me go ahead. So me, then Robin is completing my poem. So here I go. I'm free of your expectations. I've let go of the limitations imposed on me against my will and the law of the universe. Expectations that sought to kill me slowly, silently, painfully, without regard for me, forcing me to adhere, conform, capitulate, and deny me of my humanity, my autonomy, my creativity. But I'm flipping that shit on its head and declaring myself free.
Okay. I'm declaring myself free. Freeing me frees the masses. Yet it is the masses that tried to keep me enslaved. I shout my freedom daily, yet the masses shout back. They shout back through their actions of silent slaughter. They throw rocks and hide their hands. They pull, tug, and try to latch on to this new version of me. And at first, I let them. At first, I felt alone, misunderstood, and apologetic, with a sense of healing remorse or freedom fight or fright, some shit, I don't know. A teeny tiny black power trying to create echoes in the world. But I remember, put that shit together, despite the copycat, despite the feelings of, what is that? Despite the feelings of enslavement, despite that foot that I felt on my neck, I was free. I said, I was free. I'm, I am the master cycle breaker. And I'm taking my stand. Fuck off my neck.
And am I next?
Yeah.
Fuck off my neck. In freeing myself from people and things, I feel an obligation to be consistent in freeing myself, often leading to loneliness, sitting in silence and waiting for someone. Waiting for whom? For what and why? What gave me the right to free myself from the freedom of being myself? I now release myself from self-enslavement I created. I'm complete.
Jay here.
Who's next? I'm sorry.
Jay.
Okay, so I'm trying to flow with it, but am I doing my piece that I started first?
Yeah, I was actually going to hop in because I was like, I don't know what just happened, but it was magic. I was like, wait a minute, Rhonda
Right.
said, should I come in? I said, wait, what? And it was like a three-piece, and I was shook. So,
Yeah.
so what's supposed to happen now is that it's still going to be with Nijah and I believe Robin. So Robin is supposed to, I believe, read her. Am I correct, Nijah? Read her first piece, and then you come in.
No, no. So I read my piece. Robin had my last line.
Okay, okay.
Robin, what you just did, Robin, was your continuation.
Yeah, it was my second piece.
Okay. Veronica, where did you come from?
I thought I was supposed to come in after Ia Robin.
No, but it was perfect. See,
That's
this
why I was
is
so
why I
confused.
love the two-piece.
Yeah, that was
Because I repeated her
So
last line and
magical.
then I read mine.
That's
Okay, that's
wow.
not what was supposed to happen, but thank you, because you
Okay.
blessed me. Okay, All right, we want to move on because, in the interest of time, but Veronica, ma'am. Okay. Kamal, who is next? Who's the next pair?
So we have Rachel, and if Lawanda is still present.
I'm here.
Okay.
So am I reading from my
So
first piece?
you're reading from your first piece, and when
Okay.
you get to the last line, that's what you put in the chat, and that's where you, Lawanda, are coming in. You're
Got you.
continuing with the last line that you were given.
Got you. Hold on one second. All that you touched changed me. Now my hands no longer heal. They tremble with memory. I have to stand strong, hold on to what's real. Because your words left a mark that still echoes through me. I don't want to bleed on you. You didn't cause my pain, but somehow your wounds are leaking into my space. And it's getting harder to breathe, harder to stay hold. It hurts to walk away, but your love and everything you've touched and everything that's touched you is heavy. Too heavy for me to carry. The change I'm searching for doesn't live in you, it lives in me. And I no longer want to be a magnet for pain. So I cry, so I pray, so I cry. So I move my body, stretching past sorrow. I water myself daily, filling this cup with light. So when I pour, it's from overflow, not emptiness. That overflow has me blooming, but I don't want to stop there. And I'm
I
complete.
can choose.
And then I go, after she said that part, I can choose to share my overflow with others or keep it for myself. But what lasting happiness is there for me when my lush and green garden is the only one I see? Since I am blooming, standing strong and tall, I'll share my overflow to the withered plants there outside my boundary wall.
Drop the mic. I'm like, yes.
Yes. All right. We want to keep going because we want to hear everybody's. Who's the third pair? Come out.
All right. So we have Theodora and Chioma.
I I did not come on until late, so I don't have what I wrote was from what I saw because I didn't quite understand, I guess. But I wrote God's amazing and beautiful creation. The beauty and power of the water flowing over the rocks is calming me, and the chirping of the birds is beautiful and so serene. God's beautiful creation.
Thank you. And I also like I didn't know I was on this, but I could share my just the first one I wrote. So freeing yourself was one thing. Claiming ownership of that freed self was another. I freed myself, but I struggled to embody her, to claim ownership of this newness, to claim ownership of my trueness. So many years of living in the dark, constricted, conflicted, practicing pain. When I got free, I struggled to say my name. But now I own this me, this vibrant she, this woman of magic, this woman of words. I can feel her now in this body of mine. I know her and call her home. And even on days I almost slip into my old self, I have the tools to call me back home. Back home, I own this me. I know this me, this vibrant she, this woman of magic, this woman of words. She's always been here. I've always been here. Just needed a little light, just needed a little fight, just needed a little test, just needed a little rest, and that sort of stuff. Thank you. I'm complete.
Fire! Ooh.
Love it. Okay, who's the next pair?
I think it's because some people were not able and didn't necessarily follow. We're not going to share, so who may not be matched with anybody. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Was there anybody that received a line in the chat that wanted to share their response to it?
Or
I
they're
did, Laura.
Okay. Was there anybody else that did? Che, are you raising your hand to say you did?
I did as
Yes.
well.
Okay. What line did you get, Laura?
I got the line either way or either way. I know that once my sensation is felt, a reaction of change is instant, and some changes can last forever.
Is that the line that you got?
Yeah, I think that's
That came from me.
that's Lawanda. So Lawanda, you can read your first
Yep.
piece, and then Laura can hop
We'll
in.
continue. Okay. Touch can be good or bad. I choose the type of touch I give to the world. Will I give a good touch? Will I make change in a good way? Will I touch the heart of the world and make it smile, or will my sensation make it cry? Either way, I know that once my sensation is felt, a reaction of change is instant. Even and some changes, even if in a very small way, and some changes can last forever.
And should I continue?
Yes.
Yes. And they do. The sounds of the flowing water over the glistening rocks on the sun-strewn river never left my heart. Those sounds that comforted me when no one else could. The chirping of the birds accompanying me as I walked through the woods to fetch the yams for evening dinner. My mother's laughter as we shared juicy gossip will last forever in my heart. Change is constant. I'm complete.
Love it. Um, what was your last line, Laura? What did you
Change the only constant.
change the only constant? Okay. I got that. Did somebody else have something?
Yes, I had hold on one second. I had everything about me is perfect.
Okay. Who submitted that?
I did. And that's what I got. The uneven brought me balance. It sent waves and peace and security. So I think that was Rachel's.
No, that wasn't.
No? Okay.
That was mine. The uneven brought me balance was mine, Veronica.
Okay. Let me, if it's okay, because I got Laura's last line. So let me complete that and then we can move on. Is that okay for everyone? Okay.
Mhm.
Change the only constants. One thing is certain, one thing is sure. Nothing remains the same. It all changes. Sunshine turns to rain, pleasure turns to pain, ice melts into water. Mothers were once young daughters. Change is constant. You can rely on it being presence, ever present, omnipresent, right as rain. Change, when nothing else does, it will remain. So bloom in the garden, allow for growth and renewal. Even if you refuse, Mother Nature and the universe will do it. Be not afraid of the transformation that happens. It's natural, it's by design, not to be denied. Check Google, it's factual. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Come get your healing. So bloom. Who's next?
So I think that I believe Shay said that did you have Rachel's line or Veronica's line? What was your last line?
Sounds like I had Veronica, she said.
Okay, so Veronica, do you want to read your first piece and then Shay can come in and complete it?
Absolutely. Okay, so my first piece, sorry. I walked out to greet the morning dew, just to feel the ground under my feet. The realization that the uneven brought me balance, sent waves of peace and security to my spirit.
Oh, so do I start off with my first piece and then end with her? No, I just follow her piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Riding life's waves, navigating the journey. And I'm complete.
Thank you. Who else received a line that has not shared their response to it or their continuation of it? Rachel, what was the line that you were given, please?
Everything about me is perfect.
Okay. Who offered that?
I offered that, Shay.
Okay, so go ahead. Shay, start, and then Rachel will complete it with starting with everything about me is perfect.
In life, I'm not perfect, and everything about me is perfect.
Everything about me is perfect. It's true. Even my flaws have purpose too. The spots I must heal, the lessons I learn are signs. Each scar is a symbol. Each tear is a light, guiding me forward, turning dark into bright. As long as I grow and never give in, every loss is a lesson. Every wound is a win. Keep going, keep glowing, keep rising high. Keep healing my heart and reaching the sky. I'm perfect, divine, made whole from above, crafted by hands filled with mercy and love. God said I'm flawless, a masterpiece bold, a spirit too fierce, a soul too gold. So who's above God? No name I know. So I walk in my power and continue to grow. I'm complete.
Yes,
Amen.
send
You're the
it to
moderator.
me. I love it.
You said send it to you. I got you.
Come
Sorry, I
on.
know no commentary.
Oh,
I know no
no
commentary.
commentary, no commentary. Wait. Has everybody gone? Has anybody not gone? Anybody that was given a line in the chat, has anybody not been able to share their continuation of that?
Well, I didn't see Nigel, I didn't see where Kamal sent me a line. Robin had my line, but I didn't see where Kamal had sent me a line.
Did
And
you?
I thought I had but I'm flipping that shit on its head and declaring myself. But I'm flipping yeah, that's what I spoke from. But Robin had my line. And I thought when he first came on, he said you and I had exchanged lines.
Okay, if that was what you were given,
I
you
don't know.
But which
That was what she was giving.
okay, so I already read my part. Do you need me to read my part and then you come in?
If I'm coming in with what I just wrote, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Anything other than that, I'm
Good.
clueless.
Go ahead, sweetness. You sounds like you said you don't need my first piece.
Okay, that means you're not hearing me. I said no. Okay, after you read what you read, if my responsibility is to read what I wrote from what I was given, I'm good with that.
Okay. So I will go ahead. Um, I'm free of your expectations. I've let go of the limitations imposed on me against my will and the law of the universe. Expectations that sought to kill me slowly, silently, painfully, without regard for me, forcing me to adhere, conform, capitulate, and deny me of my humanity, my autonomy, my creativity. But I'm flipping that shit on his head and declaring myself free.
But I'm flipping that shit on its head and declaring myself free because I can, because I shall, in conjunction with unlimited resources functioning in divine design. How you like that?
Ooh. All right. Before we go to the commentary, if with 1 minute, has anybody not gone? Has anybody not shared from the line that they were given in the chat? All right. Y'all are dope. This was dope. We don't have time. One of our admins has a hard stop, so we want to be respectful of time and people's schedule and their commitments and the like. So we need to move forward, but I feel like we need to come back. And maybe when we come back, we will only do two pieces. And maybe we'll have a separate session for haikus. Maybe we'll do that. But we do have to get out of here. However, y'all want to post something in the Facebook after this? This was dope, right, Rachel? This was so dope. Go to the Facebook page, comments on the recording. If you want to share on your own posts, do that so that it's memorialized, so that there is a record, so that there is history that somebody can point back to and say, I created in this space. This was created in this space so that they remember that we were here. So with that, Chioma, unless there's anything else that you want to share before we move forward to conclude the session. I'm so full.
That's it. I'm full too. I like that. That was my breakfast, lunch, dinner. Thank you. Because y'all really came with the energy.
Yes, thank you. All right, Kamal, we're turning it over to you.
All right, so this was amazing. High level of creativity was in the space. I'm just going to grab the line of the perfect imperfection, and for the imperfection that I might have contributed to the space, but yet it still is high level, high power. Giving thanks for creative ideas and the thoughtfulness that went into creation for today. All right, so we're going to pull up the slides now and bring closure to amazing session today. And so I'll have you both share a special offer.
Chioma, do you want to talk about what we have coming up?
Yeah. Wait, I'm not seeing us. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, y'all. This workshop that we is from a workshop that we started titled The Right to Bloom. And so we have another one. We have the Right to Bloom session coming on the 25th. It's free 99. Free 99. And if you like what you did here, you can experience some of that in that space. We'll have some different exercises as well. So yeah, we would love to see y'all. The Eventbrite was just dropped, so you can register through the Eventbrite, and then yeah.
Right. So we'll go to the next slide. Excuse me. Experiencing some technical difficulties here. Where are we? All right. Okay. So Nigel, you can go ahead and share your concept.
Kamal, excuse me, Kamal, something is happening with your sound.
Okay.
So yeah, if folks want to be in contact with me, this is my Facebook, Instagram, and a couple of different emails that you can reach out to me through. I'd love to continue this, this energy, and Chioma and I will be doing more.
And y'all, here's my details. I know y'all might be seeing some stuff in the chat that is slightly different. So the email you see in the chat, you could still use as well. It's when you see it on the screen is my and my IG is listed here. It's Chioma.Sheri. I'm pretty active on there, so we can connect via there. And then that's also a link to my site. Um, yeah, you can feel free to hit me up if you have questions or just anything. Thank you.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Not really. Would I'll ask Kaisha or if any of the facilitators wouldn't mind to read
It's
if
working now. Come on. I hear you now.
it's in there. All right. All right. So family, this is opportunity for love offerings to be able to support and continue to sustain and maintain this powerful platform. And so please you can reach us at SOW Leadership Development at Gmail for the Zelle or the Quick Pay or the Cash App at $ Spirit of a Woman. Today's code is 1386 NNCS. Okay, we have our love offerings and donations that you're able to contribute on a monthly automated system at 25, 50 to 75 to 100. This helps us to be able to continue to maintain all of the apps and all of the programs that sustain this platform and to be able to mobilize and organize ourselves to be able to continue to provide quality services. Okay, up tomorrow, we have Mama Z is coming to join us 7 o'clock bright and early, exploring the wisdom of in Khalil Gibran's The Prophet on Work Part 1. Right, that's tomorrow at 7 a.m. And on Tuesday, to be determined what the topic is, but it's guaranteed to be powerful with our sister Alicia Holmes. Okay, family. So if we have newcomers, we welcome you to the space. Please put your name in the chat. Know that you are part of a sacred community that is created to hold space for our entire community. And we are devoted to ascension, transformation, elevation, healing, empowerment, and all of those other affirmative qualities that we're looking to embody in this century. Okay, here's our schedule. We are on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30, Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30. All right, if you're interested in receiving alerts, you can text Woo Nation to 74121. Right, and you can also catch us on Facebook and you'll be able to catch the live stream. All right, this is how you can stay in touch. Everyone, you can register with us at bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And if anybody's interested or facilitating or serving as an admin, please reach out to info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. Right? And so, family, at this time, let's please unmute and offer a powerful love shower to our sister Nijah and Chioma for excellent facilitation, high level of creativity, imbued with love. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It was so
Thank you
fun.
so
At
much.
first,
This
I
was
was a little
very, very, very,
apprehensive
very good.
because I'm not
This
really
was
good
great.
Thank you. We
at
thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
go through
appreciate
this
you.
process
For my
and
right
you
hand.
know, to
Inspiring.
reach
Thank you
out and
for
just inspire me to do it
alignment with
more. So
when
I'm definitely
Saturday
have
came.
registered for
Like
your
I'm like,
next class so I can
Lord, thank
explore
you.
You're
that side
very
of
late,
it.
but what I
And I
heard is
really
I'm
do
that
registered
appreciate
and
you
ready.
bringing that
thank
to
you for
us
your
today and all of your
energy.
time and
I've been
energy. I
inspired for
really
the rest of the
appreciate
day.
you guys. I
Have
hope
a
you all
great day,
have a
everyone.
wonderful week.
Have
I
a
love you
wonderful day, all.
guys.